Well, as already explained by Mr. Lalit Basin, it is a great honor that the Society of Indian Law Firms is doing to the teaching community for whatever little they could do in developing the Indian legal profession after attainment of independence. The economics teachers have the Economic Association, which gives away awards, recognizes the contribution of teachers, like the History Association, the Sociology Association. There has not been any such movement among the law teaching community to recognize the contribution of law teachers with all the limitations and constraints that they have had in producing a profession and a judiciary with a little contribution from the teaching community, which we can all be proud of. So when the idea of felicitating me on my 50 years of law teaching proposed by Mr. Lalit Basin and his associates in the Society of Indian Law Firms, I put it to him that, look, if legal education need to be recognized by the profession, by the practicing profession, then it has to be institutionalized so that you will be able to promote this idea among the teaching community and among the student community. In fact, he responded after discussing with his colleagues. Mr. Jyoti Sagar is here, Mr. Sim Chawla is here, several other leading lawyers who are having their own law firms, and people in the litigating wing of the legal profession. They responded to the idea because Mr. Lalit Basin has been associated with the Bar Association of India, the Bar Council of India, with the Supreme Court Bar Association, with the law firms of the country. So whatever he has been initiating, he puts in his time and money to make it a successful thing. And I was very happy when he asked me to join the felicitation, and he agreed to my suggestion to institutionalize it. Therefore, from 2009 onwards, the Society of Indian Law Firms, with little technical support from the Milat, an Institute of Legal Advocacy Training, of which Mr. Shivakumar is the secretary and is doing a lot of spade work to do whatever little in this connection. We have been celebrating this day as a Law Teachers' Day, which usually falls very close to the Teachers' Day. But it could happen only on a Saturday. So Mr. Lalit Basin used to fix the meeting of this Law Teachers' Day on the nearest Saturday in one of the hotels in Delhi, where he could assemble all the three wings, the teachers, the judges, and the lawyers, for this noble cause of promoting good legal education in our country. It's very generous. I have not seen many lawyers. We have very successful lawyers who have reached the pinnacles of glory in legal practice and made a lot of money, lot of prestige, and lot of contribution to legal development. But very few of them have involved themselves in professional development through education. Some of them, of course, have contributed to occasional teaching in some of the law schools, but not so much intimately as was initiated by Mr. Lalit Basin and his associates of the Society of Law Firm. Then came a third award, which was for distinguished teachers, some of them posthumous awardees, who have contributed since independence for the development of legal education. Some of the very well-known names in Indian legal history. So that was then at that stage, the idea was mooted that so many countries in the SAARC region, the South Asian region, are dependent or looking towards India for leadership in reforms of legal education. So at the instance of some of the teachers teaching in Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal and other, we decided to expand the constituency to the entire SAARC region. So the awardees can come from not only India, but from Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, even Maldives, all the 8 countries are now involved in the selection process. Their representatives come also. The third award was instituted by the present Attorney General in the name of his father, who was a very distinguished law teacher in Delhi University, Justice A.B. Rohatgi. He himself was given an award posthumously, and thereafter, at the instance of the Attorney General, we have instituted a jurist award, which is not necessarily to a law teacher, but who has contributed significantly to the promotion of legal education, whether he is a lawyer or a judge or things like that. So we have a 4th award. Then a 5th award came for the students. And that was a very difficult process as to how, from about 200,000 students who are studying law in this country, we select the best student. So we decided to host a competition initially with a conference where the law students from different law schools will be invited to make a presentation, and out of that shortlist the names, get their biodata, give it to the jury to decide. And from this year, it's going to be still wider selection. As I announced in the morning, we are asking the Lloyd's College of Law to hold a SARC level international moot court competition, and in order to represent India in that SARC level competition, they will hold another round of national round of selection, in which 5 teams, because of the size of the country and the number of law colleges, there will be 5 teams, whereas from other countries there will be only 2 teams. So these 5 teams which are selected to represent India in the SARC moot court competition will be the preliminary shortlisted students, and those people will be, their biodata will be collected, what legal aid activities, what other co-curricular programs they were involved in, will be given to the jury for selection of the best student awardee. And the most attraction, as it was announced, the best law student will now be not only one individual, a best law student, male student, and a best female law student. 2 awards will go. And these awardees will be given now additionally by the Penn State Law School, a fellowship of worth about $50,000 each for higher studies in the Penn State Law School. So it is going to be a revolutionary incentive for the student community hereafter for participation in this celebration at the auspices of the Society of Indian Law Firms. In the course of the discussion today in the symposium, we felt that given the globalization and the opportunities that are being offered by trade in legal services, which the Bar Council seemed to be agreeing with the government to open up, if that were to happen in the near future, what shall be the changes that legal education should prepare itself? That was the subject which engaged our attention in the symposium today, and we had a lot of ideas. We have decided to further discuss it during the course of the Lloyd's College of Law national round of competition, and get the ideas even from the students, consolidate it and give to the stakeholders for appropriate action. We cannot afford to be late in this regard. Time is right now, and within an year's time, by the time we celebrate the 9th award function, we will see some very radical changes that are happening, not only in the curriculum, but even in the pedagogy, in the style of law school administration, and in the accreditation process of law schools and legal education. All these things will have to be world class, because we have the talents now coming into legal education. We must provide them the opportunities that are being thrown up, and this cannot delay anymore. Great responsibility for law teachers, and I am quite sure in this revolution also we can expect the Society of Indian Law Firms, the cream of the Indian legal profession today, which is enjoying the fruits of the legal education, will come forward with their patronage, with their promotion, and this is going to assume more and more importance in the years to come. And all of you will have to participate in this process of celebrating the achievements and accomplishments of Indian legal community for promoting not only administration of justice, but national reconstruction, global reconstruction, if you like, for achieving the goals of the United Nations, the goals of the Indian Constitution. Think big, and opportunities are awaiting to all of us, whether teachers, students, lawyers, judges.
Time in this remarkable function wherein we celebrate Law Teachers' Day in a very special way. As we said, sparked by Society of Indian Law Firms and little support from our side, Menon Institute of Legal Advocacy and Training, this Law Teachers' Day program aims to salute and honor the law teachers and the law schools in SARC region whose contribution to the legal education have been unparalleled, thankworthy, and worth reckoning. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to remind you that these awards are not just intended to merely to honor a personality or an institution, but to recognize the dedication, commitment, zeal, and the enormous labor put forth for creating, crafting, and transforming the meaningful legal education and justice. With the permission of the jury, it is the time to announce the awardees. May I also request the recipient to come forward and receive the award from Honorable Mr. Justice Chalmeshwar. First and the foremost, Sylph Millat Professor N.R. Madhav Menon Award 2016 goes to Professor Bhavani Prasad Panda, Vice Chancellor, Maharashtra Law University. It consists of 1 lakh cash, a plaque of honor, and a citation. May I request forward, can stand. In the world of legal education, rarely one comes across an academic who is equally good in teaching and research as well as in law school administration. Dr. Bhavani Prasad Panda has had over three decades of experience in teaching and administration as principal in a private college, as professor and dean of Faculty of Law, Berhampur University, and now as founder vice chancellor of Maharashtra National Law University, Mumbai. Panda took his LLM and PhD in criminological studies and experimented in curriculum reforms and pedagogical innovation in the institution he was associated with. According to Professor Panda, the turning point in his evolution as a legal educator and administrator was during his tenure in National University of Judicial Science, Kolkata, where he was holding multiple assignments in university administration besides teaching and research. Total commitment and hard work and clear vision are what Professor Panda canvasses from his colleagues and students to put MNLU on the path of competitive excellence in professional legal studies. The societies of Indian law firms and the Menon Institute of Legal Advocacy Training are pleased to honor Professor Dr. Bhavani Prasad Panda with the prestigious professional distinction of Professor N.R. Madhav Menon Best Law Teacher Award 2016 for his contribution to academic scholarship and to the development of Indian legal profession. May I request Honorable Justice. The next is Sylph Millard Legal Education Innovation Award 2016, which consists of a plaque of honor and a citation. The award for legal education innovation for the year 2016 goes to Professor Shamnath Bashir of Nirma University. May I request Professor Shamnath to come forward. An alumnus of National Law School of India, University, Bangalore, Professor Shamnath pursued his postgraduate studies in the University of Oxford and DPhil degree as a Wellcome Trust Scholar. He worked as an associate at Oxford Intellectual Property Research Center and as visiting professor at the George Washington University Law School. Professor Bashir joined the West Bengal University of Juridical Science as HRD Chair Professor in Intellectual Property Law till 2014 he worked there. Nearly 100 students who belong to families of stonecutters, farmers, shopkeepers and daily wage workers are thus helped in the last 5 years who are now pursuing studies in the leading law schools of the country. He believes that diversity enriches the classroom and helps the future lawyers and judges to relate to the Indian reality better. The Societies of Indian Law Firms and Menon Institute of Legal Advocacy Training acknowledge the pedagogic innovation and nation-building activities initiated in the legal education by Professor Shamnath Bashir and are pleased to confer the Legal Education Innovation Award 2016 to him. May I request Honorable Justice. The next, Sylph Millard Institutional Excellence Award 2016, which consists of a plaque of honor and citation. The award for institutional leadership for the year 2015 is being backed by College of Law and Governance, Modi University of Science and Technology, Sikar, Rajasthan. I request Dean of this College of Law and Governance, Modi University, Professor Sadish Shastri. Yes, a sleepy little village of Lashmangarh in Rajasthan is now turned into bustling educational city by the presence of a series of educational institutions under a private university called Modi University of Science and Technology. The College of Law and Governance, established in 2007, admits over 100 women every year in LLB, LLM, and PhD programs and undertake extension activities in and around Lashmangarh, providing social context learning of law and clinical legal education in problem-solving techniques. Being a residential institution with strict discipline, cooperative living, and a wholesome work culture, Modi College of Law and Governance is a unique model for higher education for women in the country. And to distribute the award.
The Attorney General of India, Mr. Mukul Rohatgi, has instituted an award in the memory of his father, late Honorable Mr. Justice A.B. Rohatgi, one of the most eminent jurists, you see, of his time, and equally a very eminent law teacher. We have been giving this award to various such eminent lawyers who have contributed in their own way towards legal education as visiting faculties. We have given it, you see, to Mr. P.P. Rao, to Mr. Parasaran, to Mr. Ram Jethmalani and others. So this year, we had the honor of giving this award to Mr. Arun Jaitley for his scholarship, professionalism and enterprise that make Mr. Jaitley a world-class lawyer and acknowledged jurist in contemporary times. As a student leader and political activities, he was jailed in the infamous emergency of the 70s. Uncompromising adherence to independence of the profession and constitutional values made him a popular lawyer at a very young age. Very soon he was drawn into politics and became a parliamentarian, where he displayed his wide-ranging scholarship and debating skills, impressing his peers and professional colleagues. When 2016 for services he has been rendering to rule of law, legal education and constitutional governance. As things would have it that both Mr. Arun Jaitley and Mr. Mukul Rohatgi, they are not in town. I am told that Mr. Arun Jaitley is a part of the delegation, All India Party delegation, you see, visiting Kashmir. Possibly they are leaving now or leaving a little later. Mr. Mukul Rohatgi also on a call of duty is outside India. But we have the distinguished presence of Mr. Nikhil Rohatgi, a very eminent lawyer in his own right and son of Mr. Mukul Rohatgi and Bahar Rohatgi, to present this award to Dr. Sanjay Kumar Pandey, who represents Mr. Arun Jaitley here. So I